Today I'm going to be live auditing Aduna Superfoods store, and we're going to look first at their creative, see what funnels they're running for BFCM, and then actually look at the store and where they're running all of this traffic to. So for the size of a brand like Aduna Superfoods, I would start testing funnels, start testing different types of pages instead of redirecting every single person from your traffic to PDPs, collection pages like they're doing right now. But we're going to give a look at this right now here in their ad library. So first of all, I want to mention a few things about what they're running for BFCM now. So there's a few creatives and there's a few ads they're running for BFCM. So this one, for example, has the Black Friday call out for the offer they're running right now. Also, this ad right here has the Black Friday call out for the offer they're running. This, for example, doesn't have that. And I think the best ad they have, which is this one, for some of the bundles they have on their store with some of their products. They're not mentioning Black Friday anywhere here, and I've seen from we don't test creatives for brands, but I've seen from multiple brands we've worked with and we've tested their stores and their funnels. Usually the creatives that, especially during Black Friday, the creatives that don't have any Black Friday call out, they have the offer call out here because they have the price and they have the up 30% off here on the bottom, and then also in the ad copy they have the 30% call out, but specifically not mentioning Black Friday, especially during Black Friday, because it's super recognizable and the offer and the name is just super recognizable. So I think not having that here in the creative, in that copy, is probably hurting the amount of conversions they could be getting while actually calling out the offer. So maybe in this case, since they're calling out the offer they're calling out Black Friday on these creatives here instead of the one with the bundles here, I would assume that if you called out Black Friday on the bundle creative here, it would perform better and it should be the one that performs the best, since obviously bundles, higher AOV, we want to get people to buy more and with a higher average order value. So definitely probably missing out here on not having a Black Friday call out either on the creative or on the ad copy, or even better on both, but they're doing that with some of the other creatives they're running here. So that's probably not a big problem. The other thing I want to mention here is all of their traffic right now, and for their size, they're getting around 400k visitors per month. At this size, they're still directing all of their traffic to product pages and their collection pages, which is not bad. You can obviously scale with that. There is no problem with that. What I think you should test, though, I think it's a problem that they're not testing any different type of funnel, any different type of approach to this, but they're just running all of their traffic to mainly product pages, and then there's one creative that directs to collection pages. So they're not directing any traffic here to the homepage, so we're not going to spend too much time in here. They probably could do a better job here with the Black Friday call out. There's just two pieces of text here in the offer, so probably a little bit more effort on the Black Friday offer call out could be done here, but not really much sense in that. But let's look at something much more interesting here on the collection page. And what they're doing with the offer here. So the collection page in by itself is not too bad. So we have the 2x2 layout here, which is what I always suggest from looking at heat maps or looking at user recordings of people on mobile, not just for supplements actually, but for multiple niches. Having 2x2 just allows more people to see more products. So AOV is usually higher when you have 2x2 grids here in the collection page. So you don't have any kind of social proof here on the product cards, which probably hurts a little bit around like best sellers and what are the best products they have around here. They have good offer callouts for the 30% off they're running for Black Friday, so that's good. And here they have a quiz to find a routine for yourself with their products. So this is what I meant at the beginning by trying and testing different funnels. Right now they're just running the default traffic creative to product page or creative to collection, and I think like at least at this size, when you start to get like over 100k visitors per month, 100k, 150k, even maybe a little bit lower at 60, 70, 80k, you should start probably testing different funnels, seeing what your audience relates with the most, seeing what your audience engages with the most. And it's definitely, if you run good tests and if you see what are the results from tests and you apply what your customers tell you to reviews, through surveys, through the various tests you run, you'll definitely see very good improvements on revenue, on AOV, on conversion rate. So this definitely is a size that I would suggest testing. And just for reference, we offer CRO, and we do CRO split testing for brands that are over 70k visitors per month at least to get significant results. So it's something like above that level. I think you probably should start testing stuff around and seeing what your audience relates with the most, what works best for your brands, what works best for your products, and stuff like that. So definitely here the quiz angle for the routine kind of thing, probably something a lot of people need help with. As you know, you can frame this in many different ways, and as I always mentioned in all of my videos multiple times, it's the most important thing. Finding the right angles to market will unlock results that you've never seen from just a normal put up a creative and run the traffic to the product page and see what happens. Like if you find the right angle, and in this case it's actually a very simple, very easy angle. The easiest angle you could go for probably here is like paying a nutritionist is super expensive. Not a lot of people can afford to go for a nutritionist and getting a routine done for them specifically. As for example, use the quiz to find a routine without having to pay a nutritionist, or do it for free with this routine, with this quiz right here. So there's definitely a lot of angles you can use here to market the quiz. First of all, you get people much more engaged, because obviously going through a quiz, you read this, you're engaged, you want to answer the questions, you want to see what the page suggests you to do, and it's all free, so you don't lose anything by trying it. So definitely a very good angle, very good structure to try here for a funnel. And this is what I mentioned in the beginning when I was looking at the creatives, and I mentioned testing stuff out and trying stuff out. So using this quiz funnel right here could be a good idea to try creative and see what results in. But having the call out here on the collection page is probably not too bad. So they're getting probably some engagement here on their quiz. I don't know if it's the collection page is the best way to do it, because usually what we've tested with client of ours is having offer callouts on the collection page. For example, you would have let's say these 4 products right here called out like this. Then you would have another card, for example this one right here, and then on the right here immediately you would have a card with calling out an offer, or calling out a specific bundle, or calling out a specific thing that's running right now that you can click on and go to that offer or unlock that thing. So they're doing it with the quiz here. Don't know if it's the best page to have that, because you're redirecting. So as I always mention, the goal for a home page is to get people to collection pages, the goal for the collection pages to get people through to product pages, and the goal for product pages is to get people to add to cart, and the goal for the cart is to increase the value of the cart as much as possible and get people to check out as soon as possible. So every single page in your funnel has a goal. Every single page of your funnel must be optimized for that goal, because it's the most important goal it needs to achieve. If you're going to have call out different than products on collection pages, make it around something that's immediately actionable, so an offer or a discount or something like that. So probably the quiz routine, not the best call out here on the collection page, although it's something obviously that needs to be tested, but it's definitely a good funnel to use in different aspects for their creatives, for their ad copy, for things like that. So this is an example of something they would test here. So but for the rest, their structure here on the collection page is not bad. So they have also in their menu here, they have a separation between in the shop section here. So they have separation by category. So they have superfood powder, super teas, and all the other products. They have separation by benefit, and they have a separation with people that are just getting started. So here they have the quiz call out, which is good. The thing I think it's a problem with this menu and with this separation here. So they have a good amount of SKUs. They have 32 products. So this is a good amount where you can start, okay, I need to focus on how to get people as fast as possible to what they need, to what they actually want to look at. So here the clicks are too many, I think. So probably testing a little bit better structure here in the menu page would help with click-through rates. So there's 1 click to open the menu, there's 2 clicks to open the shop, there's 2 clicks to another click to open the categories, and there's another click to reach what you actually want to look at, and then you have to scroll through all of them. So it's 4, 5, 6 clicks to get at least to the product page, where then the actual conversion happens. So too much clicks here to reach what you need to find, like for customers to reach the products that they want and they want to look at and they want to buy. So simplifying here the structure would help a lot. So even maybe removing the shop button here at all, like completely, and having the categories called out as images as a slider here. And then when you click on the category, you go directly immediately to the collection page for that category. Maybe having the breakdown by benefits like they have it right here, but instead of clicking 3-4 times to reach the section here, you have the callouts immediately, and then you can click and reach directly what you need. There's a lot of work and a lot of tests that can be done here to improve click-through rates through the menu. And I think this size of SKUs here, so 32 products, is definitely a good enough size to start thinking about like having an optimized menu, having an optimized search and find what you need to find on the store. So probably something they need to invest a little bit more time here, categorizing better and splitting better their products. But as far as collections and product separation goes, I think that's probably all of it. They have bundles going around for their products. So if you go on the shop now page here, they should have SKUs for bundles. So they have some bundles here, a lot of their products with the same kind of line grouped together. So the Baba bundle, Moringa bundle, and stuff like that. I think the problem in this case here is having the bundles at the end. So obviously every single brand out there wants higher AOV, because higher AOV means higher revenue and profit margins per customer, and that means lower customer acquisition costs. You can spend more on ads and on marketing, and you can get even more traffic on your store. So going for AOV improvements is super important here. It's something that a lot of brands, like all brands, should be focusing on. They have their bundles at the end of their collection pages. Just by having them at the top, you would see a massive increase in AOV, and we've seen this with some tests we've run for our clients, just because it's like a bias factor. You just open the collection page, you see the bundles in front of you, so you just like immediately click on them because you see them there in front of you. You don't have to scroll to reach them. Here instead, it's very hard to look at bundles, because if you land on this page here and you just scroll a little bit, and as I mentioned a million times with heat maps and screen with user recordings, you'll see that not a lot of people scroll through pages and actually reach the bottom. And by not a lot, I mean actually probably no one, like maybe 10 to 15 to 20% of the traffic, which is definitely not a lot. So a simple improvements and an improvement they can actually make right away, like immediately, it takes 5 minutes to do, is to filter the bundles and to filter the selection, to have bundles at the beginning. It just will result in higher AOV naturally. So that's another good change and good test they can run here. Then let's look, I'd say let's actually start from some of these bundles and let's look at how they are marketing them. So for example, let's open this bundle right here and let's see what they're doing with it. So they have just a single image here for the carousel. So usually brands have carousels here on the top and they have multiple images. They have just one with all of the products in the bundle. So having this as a main image is not bad. And also one thing they're actually doing well, which not a lot of brands do well. Actually, not a single brand that I've reviewed has done this well so far, is that the image carousel is not taking up too much space on the page. So as you can see already all of the USPs here on the top. Although the copy is a little bit weak, so we are going to go over that also. Image carousel not taking a lot of space, not wasting too much white space around it. So very good job here. What they're missing though is good product images. So in this case, since you're selling a bundle, having images explaining the benefit of every single product in the bundle, sorry, not the funnel. Having them interconnected, so understanding how the super greens play into this energy blend that play into this other product in the bundle right here, explaining the synergy between the bundles, because obviously bundles are made to bundle together, obviously like products that work well together, that synergize well together, that have the same goal, all of those three for you. So having maybe an image that explains product by product, then having an image that explains how they play into each other, then having an image that explains how to use them together. So for example, take this at a certain time during the day, take this, for example, after a workout, before a workout, or take this before you start working and stuff like that. So especially since they have very good branding, and as you can see, their packaging here looks very good. They can also build very, very good product images, and having them in this carousel would help a lot with people getting educated on the bundle itself, understanding why it's better to go for the bundle than going for the singular product, because of all the synergies and how the products work together. And they could definitely do a little bit of work here to improve this image carousel. So image carousel aside, there's a few other problems with this product page right here, and you can already see some of them here. I'm going to explain a few of them because some of them are not super clear. First one and most important one of all is as the USPs. They're using some of the weakest copy I've ever seen of any like supplements or superfood nutrition brand, especially for this niche. You need to be dialed in on copy, on benefits, on USPs, on specific mechanisms that help specific relatable problems for the customers. And using immune function, energy levels, and reduces fatigue is just not enough in this day and age in 2024. The average customer has gotten more sophisticated than ever. Immune function, energy levels, and reduces fatigue is the average, like the normal common USPs they would find at something, any product they could see at a pharmacy or drugstore or anything like that. It's just not enough to get through with a customer, to be relatable with a customer. This may have worked maybe 4 or 5 years ago, but right now the average customer is so sophisticated they need to explain and actually enter into the details. Maybe not on the product page, because as always I mentioned, above the fold you focus on action, but you can do a much better work here at leveraging the USPs, and as I mentioned before, the product images, to painting a much clearer picture of how actually your products work, what do they do. And something I also missed when I was talking about the image carousels and the image potential they had here is an image explaining the ingredients, explaining how the ingredients play into each other and stuff like that. So definitely the copy is too weak right here. There's nothing I can really take out of like these 3 USPs here. If I was a customer and landed on this page from one of their ads and just read these 3 things right here, I would not have any idea at all of how this product works. And I say that for a reason, because some people would say, okay, but you can just scroll down and read the other information that's on the page. For example, here there's a little bit more information on the products, although it's not much even under the fold. But some people would just say you can scroll under the fold and see what's actually written there. The problem is, as I mentioned already, with heat maps and with screen recordings, not a lot of people are going to do that. So 100% of people are going to see this. Already scrolling to this point here, not a lot of people are going to do that. So a lot of the traffic will just bounce off the page. They'll just click off and not give the brand or the product any attention anymore, because they haven't seen what they want to see above the fold, because above the fold is the most important part of a product page, especially. So that's the issue here. That's mainly the problem with having weak copy above the fold. It's not that you can't have more information under the fold. That's obviously the reason. And the goal of under the folds is to understand, to educate the customer even more with visuals, with more copy, with more targeted copy, but not a lot of people are going to actually scroll. And so having that above the fold and explaining that above the fold with images and with USPs here and bullet points is super important. Then the other problem with this page here, so how they're structuring their bundle PDP, is that they have all of the bundles they're running right now, and they have them as variations on their bundle PDP. So this PDP is just one template that they're using for all of their bundles, and they're listing all of the bundles as variations on this PDP. They're not actually variations, because on Shopify they are structured as different SKUs, but they're using this probably custom made variant selector here to showcase all of their bundles. So the issue with this, there is a problem with this. The main issue is the structure in itself is not bad. So actually for AOV and for having people going through a lot of products without having them clicking too much around to find what they need to do, is actually good enough. It's actually very good. So it's something we encourage when we test for brands that have a lot of variants for their SKUs, or they have a lot of different things going on for a single product. We encourage and we test having all of those variants on a single page, on a single PDP, as a variant selector. The problem in this case is that these bundles are so different between each other, and the other reason is that there is no explanation for what each bundle does, because as I mentioned before, the copy is super weak. So there's no actual relevant difference, at least for the customer above the fold, to understand what every bundle is for. That in this case, having it structured this way will actually hurt the brand having them structured this way. The issue also with this is that you could structure this in even if they had very good copy here on the PDP and every bundle was explained properly, you actually have to click on the bundles itself to understand what they are about. So if you're on the Time to Relax bundle page and you see all of these bundles right here, you may think, okay, they have other products, but you don't really know immediately what these are for without clicking on them. So a better way of structuring it would actually having a call out for every single bundle, having a structure as a kind of better selector with maybe in a vertical layout, like having the image on the left and then having a call out for every single bundle. What is it about? So here you would have this line, for example, for this Active Shield bundle, and here you would have like the call out for the name, so Active Shield on top, and then a subheadline explaining a little bit what the bundle is about. So at least you spark customer interests, you spark engagement, you get people to click through and see maybe what they need the most from out of your bundles, and they already know what they're clicking and looking at. So these are the main two things here, and the problem with having a PDP structured this way without having the backing of good visuals, good copy, good education on the page. So yeah, that's the problem here, is how it's structured, how the layout of the pages and the bundles are structured is a problem. Not the layout in itself, but how they're pulling it off with their PDPs. Then they have a quantity selector. Also one thing that's probably hurting a little bit conversions and the offer itself, because bundles are always a good way to increase AOV if you propose them as good offers. They're not explaining at all like what's the actual offer of going for the bundle. So right now they're running the 30% off for Black Friday, and that's why it's £13 off. But there is no actual call out to the value of the bundle. So if I got all of these products by themselves, and if I got the bundle, how much I'm saving by getting the bundle, why I'm getting a better deal by getting the bundle. And this also plays into what I mentioned before in the image carousel, why explaining those synergies and how the products work so well together is a way of selling the bundle to the customer and getting that higher AOV out of them. So that's also something they should focus on here for the bundle PDP. You can watch all of my other live audits in this new YouTube playlist I've created. You can check that out in the top right card on this YouTube video. There you'll find all of my other brand breakdowns, different brands, different niches, different industries, whatever is the brand that you're running. You'll find information, problems, tips and tricks, and split test ideas that you can test for yourself today for your brand. If you want to work with me and my team and you have over 70,000 visitors per month, you can apply for our main flagship CRO service. You can book a call for that in the second link in the description. And if you want weekly CRO insights and my premium 60-page CRO e-commerce guide directly in your inbox, you can sub for that in the first link in the description. See you in the next video.